Hey guys, welcome to First Reaction. My name's Eve, and I'm here to talk about Doctor Strange. I'm going to do a quick non-spoiler review. Okay. Oops, sorry. And then next week when it comes down to the US, I'll do a spoiler review and my thoughts on it. I'm going to start with the cons. So the movie, to me, it's near perfect. First of all, it's very good. It's very unique. But the thing is, especially in the first third of the movie, there are few obvious plot points like. Well, I don't want to give too much away, but the journey of the hero is, we've seen that over and over again. And also a few things during the movie, up until the middle, I would say, that are pretty predictable. Like, not so predictable that you would know exactly how it's going to happen, but there are kind of things, kind of these beats that like the beginning of a hero's journey has to hit. You know, and I'll discuss more about that, about the plot points that are good and bad in my spoiler review. But for this time, so dramatically, in the beginning, it's a little weak. The tension was not there a little bit, but that's not to say it's not boring because during those moments, the visual effects keep us engaged with the movie. So yeah, the first third of the movie. The character development is a bit formulaic. It's nothing we haven't seen before from an origin story in terms of, you know, the development of a character, losing hope and then trying to find himself again, who he really is, blah, 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 right? So like I said, the hero's journeys, obvious beats and plot points that that kind of Marvel has done before and has hit and takes away from the drama, takes away from the tension. And that's what hinders this movie from being a perfect 4 for me. If you haven't seen any reviews from my old blog, I rate movies from 0 to 4. 0 being, you know, unwatchable, and 4 being, you know, near perfect movies, masterpieces, in my opinion. But that being said, it's not like the first third of the movie is unwatchable or something like that. It's still very great. You know? It's very efficient in portraying the main character and who he is before the inciting incident. It does that very well, very quick. It doesn't waste any time. So we know who Dr. Stephen Strange is at the beginning and what he really cares for, you know, and we see the flaw in it right away. But that being said, it's not something that we haven't seen before in a main character, and maybe it's because, you know, they're trying to stay true to the comics or something. I haven't read the comics, but we kind of see his character development happen in the beginning of the movie. But what does make up for that and does not make it a boring movie is, one, of course, as we expect, the special effects. Now the special effects, they're just things we've never seen before in a movie, and if you're going to watch this movie, watch it on the big screen. Don't wait until it's too late and you have to watch it on the small screen. You will regret it, you know. Even for those who are not particularly, you know, fond of the storyline, I think you will appreciate the visuals of this movie, right? And you won't see visual effects like this in any other movie. And because for me, the weakest part of the movie is the beginning, and in my opinion, as we progress through the story, it just gets even better and better, especially when the stakes are given to the audience and they realize what they're fighting for. Of course, they're trying to save the world, but why? You know, why? From what? Right? That's when things start to get interesting, when we figure out the mysterious culture and the world and of these sorcerers in the MCU. And staying true to, you know, the characters. First of all, the casting is, you know, near perfect. And you don't expect anything less from Marvel in terms of casting. So you know, the acting is great, amazing, but also the decisions made by the characters, they're supported. You know, the character development in Marvel movies, and in this movie in particular, is so strong that when characters make decisions during the movie and how they solve their problems, especially Stephen Strange at the end, how he defeats the rival, it stays true to his character. You know, he's a new sorcerer, so I don't want to give too much away, and we'll talk about this during the spoilers, but just keep in mind he's a very, very smart person, right? And even though he's very powerful and a natural sorcerer, even though he's very young, his powers is not his main attribute. It's not the thing that sets him apart from other sorcerers. It's his intellect. You know, he's a very smart doctor, and we see that in the beginning, and it translates to how he tries to defeat his enemies. And you know, the thing that separates Marvel and DC, they say, is the tone, and you know, this stays true to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is that it's funny. You know, there's jokes in the middle, and especially Benedict Cumberbatch. You know, his just his charisma is there, well intact, and like I said, perfect casting, and also the jokes, the punchlines, they come in when it's necessary. It's not over the top, but it's just enough to make us laugh even in the most serious moments. So it's not too dour and sour and all of that. Um, so yeah, I rate this movie a 3 out of 4 on a scale of 0 to 4. It's near perfect, except for you know some things in the plot are recycled. But you know the ending, the last third of the movie, last half of the movie, and the jokes and just visuals, they kind of make up for it. And I do recommend you to see it. I really do. I love this movie. I want to give it a perfect score. I just can't because it isn't perfect, but I love it. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies by far. You know, definitely in my top 3, I would say, right? So, and maybe if I watch it again, we'll see. But I will go watch it again this weekend. And I will discuss it in my spoiler review. But like I said, I give it a 3 out of 4. And I hope you catch me in my spoiler review. Once you see it, I won't release a spoiler review until the American release date. So, you know, until then, thanks for watching if you made it this far, and I'll see you next time.